Sweaty. I'm all sweaty. Howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And I'm coming to you today with a few records from a thrift shop and half-price books, a few stories. Okay, I'm going to cut this part out. Now I'm back. I'm trying to think of a question to ask the 8-Ball because it's still sitting here, and I polished it up. And I'm thinking, the question I have in my mind is, what's the worst that could happen? Without a doubt. That was a question I thought the 8-Ball couldn't answer, and then it did. Okay, my friend Mike sent me a copy of the Sasquatch Crescent. That's the newspaper printed for the big hairy animals that nobody can find. They come from Seattle. Anyway, this is the last linotype newspaper printed in the U.S. in Colorado. 35 cents. Let's see what's happening in Sasquatch, Colorado. It's the daddy-daughter dance. Feel magical having your picture taken with your daddy, brother, uncle, or grandpa. He's going to play the Uncomfortable record again. I just know he is. No, I'm not. Never again. Oh my God. Okay. Let's take a drink of beer. It used to be when I'd come down to the bunker and do a video, the air conditioner would run, which was like the thing on the outside, and then the big furnace thing. It's on now. And I would have to shout to be heard over it, but the new furnace is on now. The geothermal's on. You can't hear it, can you? If you can, it's just you've got young hearing. Very young, fresh hearing. Not like me, Manic Mark. What? Speaking of old farts, sitting around the table at lunch today, the old farts were complaining about the stuff that we normally complain about, and there was a new complaint, and it was interesting. It was interesting that I hadn't heard the story before, 100 times before, but it was interesting because it's an interesting story. Speaking of air conditioners and heat pumps and furnaces, a friend of mine got a door knock from the power company that said, "Hey, we got to check your meter. There's something horribly wrong." My friend said, "What?" And they went out and they tested and it was pulling 50 amps. Like, everything went up. It's like 50 amps constant. And what the hell? So apparently there was a storm and a lightning struck and it messed up the computer board. So both his air conditioning and his electric heat had been running at the same time, trying to heat up the place and cool down the place, you know. So his bill went from like, what, I don't know, like 175 whatever, or 150, 75, 200, to $1,000 he has to pay because things got messed up. That's amazing, right there. I never heard of that. It's amazing. The guy apparently came to the door and said, "Are you growing marijuana? Because this is the only thing that would jack it up like this." Apparently not the only thing. And they attack people. Why? Because they don't like people around their nest. That's why. Or anything. So they attack anything that they think is going to, you know, eat their young, apparently. Including golfers who look hungry when they're out on the golf course, I must admit. But it's not because they're hungry to do a good job golfing, not to go in search of Mississippi kites for dinner. That was pretty silly. Just come down here and talk about it. Oh my God. Okay. From the thrift store, which it just has a few records. They rearranged stuff. Oh, that was funny. So I'm carrying out like, let's see, what's 6, 12, 15 records today. And these two young pickers were coming in the door, and I heard the guy say to the girl, "Well, it looks like there won't be." Well, it looks like there won't be any records today, and I didn't want, I was like, oh, I felt like, here, you can have my records. But no, a deeper down voice inside of me said, "Ah, ha, 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 I beat you to them, suckers." No, I didn't say that. She was very cute. I didn't even notice that. It was looking, never mind, that's not, anyway, okay. It's Joe Harnell and his orchestra. Have I had this before? Because I seem to remember HUD on something. But it's been on other things, okay? So, but I just picked it up. And a Martin Denny, a really nice copy of The Enchanted Sea by Martin Denny. The surprise find at the thrift shop. I've got this, but my copy may not be as good, so I picked it up again. It was Anita Kerr day for some reason. I got a couple, at least 2 Anita Kerr albums. Here's a kind of a LSD, what did you call that? A psychedelic pop cover, something like that. She does a cover of Natural Woman, and I don't know, that's the only one I remember anyway, Anita Kerr. She was very prolific in the music business. Nobody's ever heard of her unless you buy all these low-end records, but she worked on a ton of albums, Anita Kerr. It is a 50 Guitars Tommy Garrett album on Liberty. It must be late in Liberty's catalog. It seems to me like I've seen this picture before, but I really don't. I don't really remember. It's kind of got the groovy 60s cover on it. A Three Sons cover I haven't seen on RCA, so there should be a date here on the back, all the way back to 1956. Yes, indeed, it's as old as me, Manic Mart. It's a Joe Harnell, another Joe Harnell, Bossa Nova album. You've seen the Joe Harnell album with this illustration style on the front. Well, apparently it was so popular. It's a Milton Glaser. That's right. It's the guy. He's still maybe working at it. They made a follow-up album to that. It's Stolen Hours, Gordon Jennings, really light, I think, but I kind of like the cover. See, he's stealing hours away from her. Oh no! There's another hour I won't get back. That's what she's thinking as she turned away, like, oh, get your hands off me. I like your suit, though. You look nice in a suit. And in the thrift store, an Arthur Lyman album. I don't actually have Paradise. I don't know if this is a compilation album of his. I don't know what the deal is. It looks like kind of a more modern cover. Sort of cheap looking, the cover, for Arthur Lyman. But anyway, I don't have it. There you go. A Roland Shaw. We're talking about Roland Shaw. You weren't. I was. Anyway, never mind. It's a Phase 4 I don't have, featuring Roland Shaw, as he's playing stuff from Mexico. Okay, here's, oh, I didn't even see the back cover. Love themes from the Doodletown Pipers. Say it's kind of a 60s deal, but on the back, look, the entire Doodletown Piper crew looks like they just got beamed down from the Star Trek Enterprise. The Enterprise. I should have just said the Enterprise, but I couldn't remember it. The timing was all, it's ruined. The timing for the joke is ruined. It's Chris, Phyllis, and Dottie. Who are they? It's the McGuire sisters. Why don't they say it on the front? But we're so well known, we don't even have to, you know, but it's a wonderful cover. On Coral. Oh, well, here we go. Another Anita Kerr album. This one's slightly Baroque. It's not unusual how insensitive. One Note Samba by Anita Kerr. This could be a fun album. Walk Away, Matt Monro. I don't have any idea. I just picked it up. I've got this one, but holy crap, this was just such a clean cover. I had to save it. I had to pick it up and save it from the destructive tendencies of the record pickers at the thrift shop. It's one of the 3 more fabulous Cheesecake Three Sons covers. It's an Arthur Murray dance album, Cha Cha Mambos. It's Billy Mays Rico Mambo Orchestra, so that could be fun. Keely Smith, had that one, got rid of it. Keely Smith, Swinging Perfect. Nelson Riddle. I don't know. I listened to one of her albums and I was just like, but I can trade it away. Early Frank Purcell. Here's a photograph of Frank. Early on, there's no date on this. Anyway, I don't know if this will be any good. I love Frank Purcell as a French arranger, composer, arranger, conductor. He can take an easy listening song and he puts like a pop twist in it with instruments. He just does special things with the songs that make them palatable. the woman's wearing a paisley blouse and she's laying on shag carpeting and she's like blending right into it. She's almost become shag carpeting. I don't know. Another lounge singer. I picked it up on M&R. I have no idea. It's Timmy Euro. Now, I've held up a number of Julie London albums over the past few weeks, and one of the main complaints has been Julie put some clothes on. Well, I disagree with that. Why? Because Julie is hot. But just to say that all women do not package themselves with the sex thing, including look that what this woman's wearing. She didn't. She's like, no way. I'm cutting it out. I'm not going to go into it. Here's another Anita Kerr record with a groovy cover. It's multiple images of Anita Kerr because why? She's sitting next to a mirror. It's usually always faded. This cover always is dirty and faded, but this one isn't. It's clean. I wouldn't say it's squeaky clean, or what, cherry fresh? Oh, mini fresh. I haven't said that in a while. Have I held this one up? I don't think I did. It's Jimmy Rosselli. Here he is. Every song he's got his hand out. I've seen this one on eBay, and because it's a compilation album, I couldn't pick it up, even though I like the cover. It's a Columbia Special Products cover, like, oh my God, what's so important about the ceiling? Well, the ceiling is Gold Bond ceiling tile, okay? So Gold Bond had Columbia throw some songs on a record, and they gave this away when you bought a pack of ceiling tiles, apparently. Oh, look, honey, how many does it take? Like 12 packs to do a ceiling, and so they have 12 of these? It couldn't have been given away in every pack of ceiling tiles. It had to be given away when you ordered it. When they came over, the installers came over, they would put up your ceiling tiles, your Gold Bond ceiling tiles, and they would play the record that they brought with them on your stereo while they were working, and then they would leave it behind when they were finished. I think that's the way it worked. It's Matt Monro. Again, did I already hold up one of his? Here he is. Here's to my lady. Ooh, but which one? Which one do you think Matt would dig? Which one? Probably all of them. That's just my guess. Or maybe none of them. It's like, I gotta sell records, so I gotta, you know. It's Joanne Stafford. I got this one. For some reason, I don't know if I cared for it or it was a crappy copy or not. Anyway, here's a Jane Morgan greatest hit. Pick this up because it's a fabulous photograph of Jane Morgan, who looks like she's maybe in her late 30s here. I'm not sure. Somebody spent hours and hours working on her hair, just get every single strand of hair. It's almost like cotton candy. Her hair's so fine and whipped together. The hairstylist used one of those portable cotton candy machines to make her hair look edible. You're bent silly through the whole video. Stop it. The Dorsey touch. Okay. Now, it's Hollywood. I like the Hollywood line of records. Their budget, they always have kind of a classy looking cover, which makes them interesting. One I got this weekend I blogged. I'm going to go into that too. Never mind. Anyway, this is Murray Law's chorus and orchestra, so it's not the Dorsey deal. It's this guy doing Dorsey with his orchestra and chorus. A sealed copy of Memphis by Petula Clark. That was a sweet find. I love Petula Clark. She's got a great voice. And last but not least, I think I've had it, can't remember. It's a little bit rough. The record's a little bit rough, but for 50 cents I had to pick it up. It's Beatlemania. I'm going to have to go jog today in this blistering heat. And I know one of these days I'm just going to die on the trail. And nobody's going to help me because it's going to be like, oh my God, that old guy just died.